how did you get to where you are today as far as the type of service you're providing to the world today? Help
Right.
us understand what led you down this path.
Oh, that's a great question. I never thought I would be down this path, but what really started this was actually being in the Pentagon on 9/11. That was, obviously a very momentous day in pretty much everybody's life. But being there in the Pentagon and actually witnessing firsthand, the trauma that's happening there, subsequently over the next several years, while still working in the Pentagon, I ended up working for Admiral Mullen, who was then the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And I served for him as his special assistant for returning warrior issues. Now, I wasn't really even qualified to do that. I was an adjutant general corps officer that was personnel, and you take care of people's problems and, solve issues. But I was thrust into this particular position. Thought, okay, well, I'm going to go after this just like I would any other job. So not being really of a medical background, but just a regular person, my job was to go out, and because Admiral Mullen had tasked me with find out what's going on with our service members coming back because of the concern of all the mental health challenges that were happening, and these service members coming back with something that nobody was really willing to talk about. So over the course of a little over 18 months, I traveled all over the United States, speaking to soldiers who were returning from Iraq and Afghanistan, and really beginning to understand, hey, there's this thing called post-traumatic stress. Of course, we're throwing the word disorder on there, and that wasn't helping at all. So one of my first tasks was, okay, sir, we need to talk about post-traumatic stress. This is a real thing. It's not just military. I mean, everybody can experience post-traumatic stress. And he thought, okay, if this is, really super, super important to you, and I was neck deep into this by now after listening to so many service members and their stories, the fact that we weren't talking about it and not doing any treatment about it led me to meeting Dr. Marty Seligman, who was, and I'm sure you probably know that name, he's the past American Psychological Association president out at the University of Pennsylvania. I connected with him and another gentleman by the name of Dr. Larry Dewey out at the Boise, Idaho VA, Dr. Richard Carmona, the immediate past president of the American Psychological Association, and I pulled this group of men together because they knew about post-traumatic stress. And again, for me, it was, okay, I'm the kid coming in learning. I didn't have any predisposition about anything that was supposed to be. So I was just like a sponge taking all of this in. And it was in very short order that out of this group of men, we were able to go then to General Casey, the Chief of Staff of the Army, present him with the evidence that's saying we need to really start talking about post-traumatic stress, and there's really light at the end of the tunnel. There are things that you can do to overcome adversity and to build resilience to help our service members so that they don't fall into these cracks and people don't know how to take care of them.